All right, so let's think about this. What has the market done in the last 2 hours? Nothing. Really nothing. A long-term point of view, it's been pretty much range bound. We've been range bound roughly between, let's call it 65.99 to 6600 to 65.70. So we've been range bound about 30 ticks right now. On that last move, the only thing we did on it was go 1p, was 73 today, right now. I mean, hindsight, you think, well, if I would have just taken 1p away all day today, then I would be sitting up plus 30 something ticks. I think the only way I would go after that particular way of trading is if I thought it was profitable to trade the second contract that way. Get the first off at what the average move of a 1p mark is, and then the second one the way I like to trade it. But I thought that was going to be profitable to do it that way. The problem is that I run in, anytime I start trading a second contract at Top Step Trader, I run into the biggest problem that you get at Top Step Trader, the $500 loss. It's very easy to hit it trading 2. I'm just not good enough trader to trade against the $500 loss limit trading 2. Some are better than me with that. Me personally, I'm not. Yep, every 5 minutes it's cutting out. That it can't be a router problem. guys can scalp all you want, man. I just think that's the quickest way to the poorhouse. It works until it doesn't work. I'm not a good scalper. I don't worry with that. I personally, if I would take away 7, 8, 10 ticks on a trade that would get me 100, I'd kick myself from here to next month. It just, I would be so pissed at myself. I couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. So I'd rather just take these little small wins and wait for the big one. What you got to ask yourself, Bill and Kim, is how many trades it take you to get 100 ticks? And if you can answer that question and you can get the 100 ticks quicker than all the other crap that you're doing, then maybe it's working for you, right? I don't know. It doesn't work for me. I can't make it work. Let me rephrase that. I can't make scalping work at Top Step Trader and win. I can't. That doesn't mean you can't. I can't. It's against my nature to take those small wins because I just kick myself when I miss the big trades. So it should be kicking me off within the next minute or so. Here, let's see if it does it again. Should be kicking me off any second now. Volume's dried up now. Honestly, if I look at the trading going on this week, there hasn't been a lot of volume at the 8 o'clock Central Standard Time open. Not the way that I want to see it. Yeah, I know you and Kim seem to scalp this market away. That's good. I'm glad for you. Man, if you're successful doing it, I can't make it work at Top Step Trader and stay funded. That 1,500 drawdown and $500 loss limit against a bad trading day, forget about it. Waiting for it to kick me out here. It's been more than 5 minutes. There it is. Bam. Okay, that was about 7 minutes that time, but it's about every 5 to 7 minutes it seems like it's kicking me out. Let's test it one more time. The other thing I can think about doing is doing it on a different browser. But so average range of movement has been the 1P movement 15. I don't know. The only other thing I could think of is if I could figure out a way to trade that second contract and be successful with it, then I would run 15 ticks. Just I hate to test it right now. I'd hate to test that in FTP though. The only thing I can think of right now is average range of movement. That if I did trade that second contract, I mean, I know what I'd be looking for right now. I'd be looking at the ADR versus the 1P. What can I get? So when I'm first entering a trade, though, which would frustrate me beyond no limit, was getting in and then it moved 13 ticks against me. So then I'm 26 to 15 at entry point. Right now, the market is not giving this, though. It's not giving 31 ticks. It's not giving a 2P move right now. So I can't. I used to think that you could trade 2 for 1R. So I'd be able to get 31 on 1 and get out minus, in this case, minus 26. But it doesn't work at Top Step Trader. I always get I've tried this before. I've tried every variation under the sun to try to work that second contract out. And I continually hit my loss limit. I'm just not smart enough to trade that way. And not my emotion, my physical makeup and emotional stability isn't strong enough to do that. And that comes down to knowing what makes you function and tick. So I know I'm not strong enough to do that because I'll blow up on a day that moves against me. And I'll have days, I'll go 90% winning when I scalp away. I'll win 95% of the time. The problem is that one time that I start screwing up, what gets in my way? A $500 loss limit gets in my way too quick. And I'm not willing to give Top Step Trader any more than 150 plus pretty much one reset in any given month. I'm not willing to give them any more than 250 in any month. So that comes down to my fixed cost of trading. And the way I look at it, if I can't make money on one contract, then I don't deserve to be trading. So if I want to bring in that second contract, it's got to be above and beyond what I normally do. So one contract trading, I go after the big target. I look for those. I look to personally, the way I look at trading is rope-a-dope. It works for me. So I'm rope-a-dope in one contract. But what I did change myself though is try to get to break even a lot quicker on my trades to eliminate a lot of my losing. So I'll take these small little victories, but eventually I'll get that big reward. So rope-a-dope, and then finally I'll get that 50 tick winner, or basically what I call a 3P winner, right? Today that works out to be 47 ticks. So that was where I was looking for. But that was 5 minutes on the dot. So that was 5 minutes on the dot that time that got knocked out. So anyway, so rope-a-dope. That's the concept that I trade off of. I'll rope-a-dope with the market. If it wants to trend with me, if it wants to play, in other words, it wants to be a trending day, I'm looking to get at least a 3P profit on most trading. So today that works out to be 3P, works out to be 47 ticks. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and rope-a-dope with the market, and then I'm going to get an equity bump in my equity account, roughly about 50 to 60 ticks when I do make the next jump. And then I'll rope-a-dope there and then get that next jump. That's kind of my plan right now. Rope-a-dope with the market and then get my next jump in the account. I mean, looking at this day right now, it sucks, man. It's not done shit. It's been, what's it done today? Pretty much since the 8 o'clock a.m. open of the open outcry, it's been in a 30 tick range. It's roughly between 6,600 to 6,570. It's been inside a 30 tick range pretty much this whole time. So scalper paradise, right? I call it the gangster paradise. I call it the scalper paradise. I had an audience yesterday of 10 people in my free room. I had 10 in the room yesterday. It's kind of cool. I do it. It's what's that saying? It's I do it because I'm passionate about it, I guess. Hell, I'll sit here by myself and talk to myself. The only difference is that if there's no one in the room, I'm not going to talk, right? All right, let's redefine this retracement here. You too, Kim. Bye now. All right, so let's look at this. What we got going on here?